let's take him down the gnarly rocky trail. Like, are you sure? We get lots of flats and wheel breakage on that trail. Dude, maybe that's not the best thing. No, dude, let's do it. Welcome everybody, thanks for tuning in. We've got an exciting video today. Brian Cleveland has flown up from Bosch eBike Systems and is going to be giving us a very detailed look and description of the new Bosch Smart System. Buckle up, we're gonna go for a ride and test this stuff out and learn about it straight from the horse's mouth. So over the year, Bosch has been working tirelessly to send out updates and release new products as part of their connected e-bike lineup. There has been a new 750 watt-hour battery. There have also been updates to drive units, controllers, and remotes. Many other updates that can also be pushed out via Bluetooth through Bosch's eBike Flow app. Today we're going to be getting to experience that new auto mode for the first time, put the range of that 750 watt-hour battery to use, and learn a lot more about what these features mean to riders out on the trail. Brian, thanks for coming up to Bend. We're really excited to learn about the new Smart System. Tell us some of the key features about it.
So some of the new features were launched as of July of this year is new hardware, which will be coming to market in the next few months. But what I'm really excited about right now is new software, which is actually live now. It's live in the sense of our app and also live in the sense of new modes, namely the Auto Mode.
And beyond the new Auto Mode, what are other new components or parts of that Smart System?
Some new components for the new Smart System are going to be the system controller. We have a new mini remote. We have several new drive units and new batteries, which are all launching for this model year. And then the software side, we've got Auto Mode on the app. We're connected into more devices, so being able to track your rides. Back in April, we launched connection to Strava, also Komoot, and most recently, we're now connected to the Apple Watch. So you can track your heart rate along with the rides you're already tracking.
We're here at the trailhead right now. Obviously, the Bosch app tool has a lot of features and adjustability available through it. However, there are some things that I guess consumers at home won't be able to do through the app, and that's where an authorized dealer will be able to do stuff. He is our mobile dealer today, so we've got a couple of bikes with some Bosch stuff that have not been updated yet, and we're going to do that right now before we head out to some freshly watered trails. So
yeah, the first thing we're going to do is connect, and then we're going to change the modes that are available on the bike from what came with stock, and we're going to add on the new Auto Mode. So changing the mode layout, like what modes do you have on the bike, changing the wheel circumference, installing lights, things like that, the big changes. Okay. But little things can all be done.
Like adjusting power delivery, torque, all that sort of stuff. You're not talking about that. That's all within the app.
That's all within the app.
Perfect.
So things you can do from the app is enable the lock function. Mm-hmm. So there's a lock feature that's available. You can change the modes that are non-dynamic and change how they feel. Mm-hmm. The dynamic modes are fixed, so that would be like eMTB or Tour Plus.
Okay. Those
modes give you a range of feel, depending on how hard you pedal. So those are basically fixed, but Turbo, Eco, Auto Mode, and Sport Mode are all adjustable.
So let's dive in a little bit in detail to the part that most riders can be excited about, which is the Auto Mode, I would imagine.
Most people will be excited about it once they get to know what it's about.
Okay.
The tricky thing with Auto Mode is it's hard to really conceptualize until you actually ride it and experience it. So in the past, our modes have been much more dynamic based on your pedal feedback. Auto Mode's a complete departure. It's based on your current speed. And it's really trying to keep you at whatever speed you've been going at and deliver a really smooth power regardless of the terrain.
It gets up to speed very differently. Like, you don't have to shift so that you have a higher cadence to build up. Even if you come out of the corner with a lower cadence, it ramps the speed up quickly.
Yeah, it gives you this feel of like right there underneath you to kind of keep you going where you were and to get you back at that pace you're at. Its goal is to really kind of keep you at your same pace that you're going at beforehand. Whereas the eMTB mode for really technical situations, you can really fine tune your pedal feedback and get this really precise feel. But that's not always what you need depending on the terrain.
Right. Okay.
That's where Auto Mode really shines.
Now you're looking at this fire road climb behind you. What would be your power mode? Like you round this corner, you see that, what would you put it in?
I'd put it in auto mode.
Okay.
Because there's nothing really technical about it.
Right.
So I'm not trying to make any tight switchbacks or any like speed changes.
Just put it in auto and let it work.
Just put it in auto and let it do its thing.
Okay. Heads up for some off camber here. So would you go so far as to say is that auto is a more powerful eMTB mode or a more assistive eMTB mode?
Auto mode doesn't provide more power than an eMTB.
Okay.
But it delivers a really smooth power and it's much over a longer band, I would say.
Okay.
So it gives you the feel of just being a hero, really.
Okay. And I think something worth noting is that eMTB mode, what power range does that assist you in?
So eMTB mode on the low end, if you're stop pedaling, is the bottom of tour.
Okay.
If you're hammering, it's top of turbo.
Okay.
All with one mode, basically set and forget. With auto mode, if you're stop pedaling, it's the bottom of eco to the top of turbo. But it's how it delivers the power, where the power is at, which is really the key with auto mode.
As a rider, right, are you putting this thing in turbo still?
Not very often.
Okay.
I use auto mode almost exclusively, unless even like on the road, I'm in auto mode almost the whole time.
Okay.
And my background is, more on the downhill side of things.
Sure.
I can climb, but I got an e-bike for a reason.
Yeah.
And I like auto mode because it just lets me to get myself to where I need to go.
Sure.
And give me the power to do it.
Yeah.
And I still have fresh legs to actually get after it on the descent.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of always joked around that our slogan has been all turbo all the time. So it'll be interesting to see how more time and experience with this auto mode might change that, because it gives us the turbo when we need it, but saves the battery for when we don't. So as far as the tracking of the ride, obviously you talked about Komoot's and how that works, but the Bosch app itself also has some ride tracking data. Can we kind of walk through what we collected yesterday from our ride?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the ride data itself, it shows where we rode, the mapping. It also shows us the elevation gain loss, power output, cadence, and speeds for all those different locations. And also with that app, I had it paired up with my Strava and Komoot. And when I finish the ride, it automatically uploads my ride to Strava and Komoot without me doing any additional steps. Here is my Bosch Flow app, currently not connected to the bike. You can see last time I was connected, it was at 100%. You can see I've customized some ride modes, and you can see some basic ride data from my e-bike. As in, I'm in turbo quite a bit, and then this blue line is actually the auto mode. Over here we have stats, and this is the ride that we did yesterday. So this is here in Bend, Oregon. You see the total duration of ride time. Start scrolling down a little further, and we have the elevation. So total ascent was 3,000 feet. See speed readout. Here we have my cadence. And here you can see my power output. So max power was 608, and my average was 119. Now also from here, I can export this trip and text it to people, email it, and so forth. But I also have, if you go to settings and my connected services, you can see I'm currently connected to Strava, Komoot, Apple Health, and the Apple Watch. So these are all ways I can kind of view different rides. And when we finish this particular ride here, when I finished this ride, it automatically uploaded this ride to my Strava account as an e-bike ride, and also to Komoot. And Komoot is a way for doing mapping and tracking of rides. It's a great way to create routes as well.
And so along with the data that it is currently collecting, I'm sure you've got a smart team of people that are always working to add more features and more data that will be updated in that app as time goes on, right?
Right, so we're gonna add more features as the months and years progress. And the main thing with the Smart System, it's about being future-proof. and scalability. So one of the new things we just launched was the ability to connect to Apple Watch. And to give you a sense of the timing on how these are coming out, in April of this year, we launched the tie-in to Strava. Most recently, we launched the tie-in to the Apple Watch. So every few months, consumers will likely be seeing an update from their app saying there's a new feature, and they simply just update their app, and they have the ability to have that new feature available to them. One of the other new features we launched was the e-bike lock. So basically, it turns your cell phone into your lock for your e-bike system. So when you pair it up, you have access to your e-bike. When your phone is unpaired, the e-bike is disabled. And if someone were to come by, turn the e-bike on, it simply doesn't work.
Oh God! Oh my God. I've done that before, so I told him shoulder buzzer tree, and he buzzed it with it. Brian, thanks again for coming out and sitting down to chat and speculate on e-bikes and the future of riding. If you haven't checked out Bosch-eBike.com, go check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there, from range estimation to any other cool little bit. That video, which we will include in there, that showcases a lot of the future-facing tech, especially in the urban application, is very cool. So make sure you go check out that site if you haven't. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Please ask any questions you have down below on e-bikes, e-bike tech, or maybe some ideas that you might have on what you'd like to see in future e-bikes. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails.